live. Again, I tried to hit, I was going to take a picture. I meant to take a picture and I hit live. It's only 30 seconds early. Funny. Anyways, this is number 54. YouTube live yoga routine. And we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. I've been trying to get the angle correct in regards to another routine that I want to do, but I can't get it. The camera I have just doesn't zoom properly. It's a Logitech webcam, and I don't think it's made to get the full body. So I'm going to have to use my cell phone, but I need 1,000 subscribers. Can't speak yet. Hopefully I'll do better during the routine before I can go live. So to use a mobile device, that's what YouTube said, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I only have 57. And I noticed one person subscribed a couple days ago. It's been 56 for weeks. One person, whoa, 57 people. Anyways, I need 1,000 before I can use my cell phone camera, which is a way better camera than this. And of course, I know there's better cameras than my cell phone, but it's a process and everything costs money. So we're going to do some salutations today with variations. That's simple and that's straightforward. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's go to mountain pose. Toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches one at a time to the floor. Hips are tilted, knees are bent slightly, and you try to find that spot where the skeleton is just standing, so there's no tension in the arms, no tension in the shoulders, no tension in the neck. And everyone's going to look different, so you find that spot where the skeleton is just standing. If you were just a skeleton, you're trying to find that spot where that skeleton is just standing. And I say that skeleton because you're not your skeleton. And just focus on the breathing. Now in the mountain pose, you're focusing on the breathing, becoming aware of where the body's at. You're gaining the mindset of oneness. And you're doing that throughout the entire routine. But with mountain pose, it's firm, it's a mindset of firmness. And the oneness is because the mountain is part of the earth. You're part of the earth, just like a mountain. So you bring the palms together, thumbs go to the heart center. And when I push my arms up and back, my hands will disappear from the frame of the camera. All I'm doing is the prayer. I go out a little bit, match my body. Told you I can't speak yet. Or you can just go like this, right? And back. So whatever you like to do. So palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. Exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And you're just going to go into the ragdoll. Now with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling, the head is dangling. No tension in the neck, no tension in the arms. And you're not pulling yourself down in this one. You're letting the body just go where it goes. Accepting where you are. And that's something we're learning on the yoga mat, is acceptance. You can bring the palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You arch the back, raise the head, inhale slowly. then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in. Forehead's going towards the knees. Pushing all the air out. And again, you're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Keep the palms where they are. Elbows into the sides of the legs. Then exhale. Pull yourself in. Forehead's going towards the knees. Push all the air out. And now pull yourself down just slight. Just slightly. Then arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Exhale, pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. Now palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Square up the hips. Pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight, maybe arched. And make sure the knee's not going over the toe. If the knee's going over the toe, you need to lengthen up a little bit. And just do the best you can. Your palms are to the floor, maybe your fingertips. For me, I feel like I need, this early in the routine, I feel like I need to go to my fingertips. We're down just a slight. Very tight. But I'll loosen up. As I've gotten older, I'm tighter. Just tighter. You're just focusing on the breathing. You're thinking of nothing else but the breathing. That focus is what allows the mind and body to link as one. Not because they're separate. They're not two separate things. They're one thing. Your your breathing links those two together, back to one. Now, we're going to do the monkey. So with the monkey, toes curling, with the back foot, the toes curl under, or you keep the foot flat. I like to curl the toes under, and you're going to go up. As you go up, you reach up. So you can keep the arms together closer, or you can reach out some. Should reach out some. Fingers wide as you can get them. Middle fingers are pointing straight up, so you're reaching up, looking up. And try to get as straight as you can. If it's too much, you're wobbling, just find the spot. Maybe you're down here. Maybe you're doing it like this or like this. Or maybe it's too much on your back knee. You're like, man, I need to get a towel next time. Next time you get a towel. Or run, go get a towel. Put it under your knee. There's no structure. There's structure, but it's just guidance. You don't have to follow anything. Match the routine to your body. Listen to your body. You're becoming your own guru. That's what you're learning on the mat. You're watching somebody on YouTube do a routine. Don't try to do it perfectly. You do what you can do. And then the palms go down. High lunge. With the high lunge, the back knee goes off the floor. Try to get the leg as straight as you can. Back is straight, palms are to the floor, maybe your fingertips, maybe you're over like this. Wherever you are, you're going to settle there, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. You're learning acceptance. You're learning to listen to your body. You're learning to be you, wherever you are. Just accept it, man. It's okay. Like me, I know my back leg is straight, actually. It feels straight. Actually, it is straight. But I know my back is not as straight as I can get it. Still warming up. But I'm going to find the spot right before I should go any further. Like, hey, I shouldn't go any further. I find that spot. I settle there. I accept it. I focus on the breathing. And if the mind and body is connecting, I'm doing yoga. It's all that matters. Be you. What's that say? Be true, be you. I came up with that. Then I Googled it, and I must have seen it somewhere. No, I didn't see it somewhere. I came up with it a long time ago. But that's that one consciousness. Everybody else thought the same thing. So you're going to do the pigeon. So right foot goes over to the left side. If it's too much, if any of this is too much, just don't do it. Modify it, modify it. So I'm touching the ball, so I need to scoot up some. So the right foot is about a foot down from the left hand. You're going to sink on top of the leg. Now here, you're not pushing yourself down. You're just sinking into it. The hip bones are square to the floor. And you just go where the body allows you to go. Again, you're letting go of the mindset of trying to be somewhere. So you're not pushing down. You're letting go of the mindset of trying to control, letting go of the mindset of control. So you're not controlling it going down. Just accept it. Just sink into it. If you're like this, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Just accept it. Learning acceptance. Focus on the breathing. And if the mind and body is connecting as one, you're doing yoga. That is yoga. That's the definition of yoga. Now you're going to bring yourself up. So palms go to the floor, arms go straight. Think of the hip bones getting them square. And you kind of do a scoop here. You can keep the back straight, or you do like a scoop, like in Pilates. You scoop, heads dropping back. Hip bones are square. And this one you are pushing a little bit. Then you find the spot right before you think, hey, I shouldn't go any further. Settle there, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. You're going to fall back on the leg. Now, if you're getting the feeling like, man, this is too much, just don't do it. Modify it. Fall back on the leg, sink into it, and just focus on the breathing. Now, this one, you're not pushing down. You're just letting yourself go where it goes. And when you're focusing on the breathing, you're aware of the areas that you feel being stretched. For me, I'm aware of my back right here. I'm actually aware of my shoulder, even though this pose is not really focused on the shoulder. Well, it's not focused at all. I have the issue with my shoulder. But see, I'm not focused on that. I'm not focused on those things. I'm focusing on the breathing. Well, I'm focusing on the instruction, actually. But if I was doing it by myself, I would be focusing on the breathing. And now you're going to push yourself up. Arms go straight. Square up the hips. Pushing up and back. Again, if it's too much, bring yourself out of it a little bit. Or just come out of it all the way. Doesn't matter. Finding out where you are. And if the spot is, hey, I can't do this, then that's where you are. Accept it. It's fine. And that mindset right there is what you're applying in the real world. That's what we're learning on the yoga mat. And that's what people mean when they say, take it off the mat. Learning acceptance. See, I start talking and I get out of the pose a little bit. But now, you're going to get into the high lunge how you can. You're not just going to go up. You're going to pull yourself out of the stretch a little bit, then move yourself up. Right leg goes between the hands. High lunge. We're not going to stay in the high lunge. We settle here just for a second. Then we move into downward dog. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Heels are to the floor. Tailbones going to the ceiling. So with the heels going towards the floor, tailbones going to the ceiling, you're stretching the legs. Arms are straight and you're pushing back. And there you're stretching the upper back, the arms, but there's no tension in the neck. So the head is dangling. Now here you're pushing into the pose, but you're only pushing to the spot where you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle in that spot, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. Now you're going to slide into the upper dog. So you drop down to the knees in the chest. You slide up. Technically with the upper dog, tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. Head is back. Or you're going to modify the pose how you have to. To modify it, you do the small cobra. With a small cobra, the chest is off the floor. Shoulders are up. And there's no pressure on the hands. The hands are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing. You're pulling. You're using the back muscles, which are pull muscles. So you're pulling up. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. If it's too much on your lower back, bring yourself out of it. Go in the downward dog. Go into the child pose. Child pose is this one. Knees are spaced out. You don't want pressure on your lower back. If it's too much strain, you're not doing yoga. Now, back to downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Tailbones going to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor, they're into the floor. No tension in the neck, but you are pushing into it. You're finding the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Now you can bring the left foot up between the hands. That's the foot that you took back, so that's the one you bring up. So you can do the other side. So if you're not on the other side, just switch it up. Get to the other side. So top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, square up the hips, pushing forward diagonally. Palms are to the floor. Make sure the knee is not over the toe. If the knee's over the toe, you want to lengthen up. Now the back is straight. Maybe arch slightly. Palms are to the floor, or your fingertips, or maybe you're just like this, or maybe you're like this. If you're like this, it's okay. Just accept it. Focus on the breathing. Just do that. Now for me, I can go down to my palms, but I'm going to go to my fingertips just because I'm extremely tight through here. And I'm just focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Accepting where I am. It's okay. Essentially, what you're doing is learning to accept yourself. And that's the mindset we're learning on the yoga mat. Acceptance. Or one of the many mindsets. Now, we're going to do the high lunge. So with the high lunge, curl the toes under in the back. Knee goes up. Get the knee as straight as you can. Back is straight. Maybe arched a little bit. Just depends on your arm length. And just focus on the breathing. Now here, I can go down further. Only reason I'm sharing what I can do is because I can't do the so-called textbook poses. I know I can't. But if your mind and body's connecting, no matter how you think the pose should look, if your mind and body's connecting, you're doing yoga. That's the important part. So technically, someone can do the textbook pose, the perfect pose, but if their mind and body's not connecting, technically, they're not doing yoga. Now, it's still a benefit, physical benefit, but yoga is when the mind and body is connecting. Now, we're going to do the monkey. So the knee goes down to the floor. Keep the toes curled under. You can flatten the foot, but keep the toes curled under if you can. And they're going to go up. So you square up the hips. Sorry, I had something in my throat. So foot is in line with the left shoulder, front foot, and back knees lined with the right shoulder. So everything's square. Reaching up. You can keep the arms together if you like, but try to keep them apart if you can. Fingers wide as you can get them. Reaching up, looking up. You can look forward to, and just focus on the breathing. Again, if it's too much on your knee, think, hey, I can't do this. Too much pressure on my knee. Run. Go get a towel. You don't got to run, but go get a towel. Get something to put it under the knee. You're not obligated to do anything you don't want to do, because what we're learning is how to be your own guru. Now, palms go down. Knee goes up because you're going to do the pigeon. So left foot goes over to the right side. So foot down from the hand. So you want to scoop back. See, I just hit the wall. So you want to scoop back, square up the hips, fall on top of the leg, and just sink into it. Again, you're not pushing down on this one. You're accepting where your body goes. So a lot of times we focus on the body. Like, hey, I need to go here. But we're focusing on a mindset. So you're accepting where you go, not pushing, not trying to be somewhere, not trying to control it. You're accepting it. Bring yourself up. Hands are to the floor, pushing up, arms are straight, square up the hips. And this one you are pushing, head is dropping back, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. Now, you can go to the high lunge, get there how you have to, but you want to bring yourself out of the stretch first. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We need to go back into it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Sink back into it. Just accept where you are, and accept as the instructor that you messed up. Just joking. Just accept where you are. So you're not pushing into this pose. You let the body just go where it goes. Now you're going to push up, arms are straight. Again, square up the shoulders, square up the hips, pushing the hips forward diagonally just a little bit. Head is dropping back. You're doing like a scoop with the back, so the back is scooping You're pushing. So you are pushing here, but you're not pushing past this point where you don't feel like you should go. You push right before that threshold. And you push to the threshold. Now, we're going to go into the high lunge. So that's where you come out of the pose a little bit, get there how you have to. So with the high lunge, left foot is up between the hands. Back leg is straight. We're not going to stay here. Just stay here for a second or two. Then move into the standing forward bend. So with standing forward bend, palms are to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, pulling yourself in and down. Now with this pose, you're focusing on the breathing, but you're aware of the subtle movement of the belly going in and out. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air. So you let yourself be pushed out of the pose slightly. Then when you exhale, the belly goes in and you go into the pose a little bit more. Now you're aware of that movement, but you're not focused on it. You're focusing on the breathing. The focusing on the breathing is what allows you to be aware. It heightens your awareness. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale, and then we're going to go to mountain pose. So that's one sun salutation with variations. So we're going to sit on the mountain pose, and then we're going to do one more sun salutation, but with no variations. And we're going to stay around doing it sort of like integral yoga. Not exactly, but that's the first one I learned, integral yoga, 20-something years ago. But I changed it up just a little bit. So last sun salutation with no variations. So thumbs to the heart center, prayer position. I go up and back. My hands disappear from the frame of the camera until I get a new camera. And I go out a little bit. Just do what you can do. Even if you need to go like this, do that. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. Exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward. Pull yourself in and down. Just focus on the breathing. Let yourself breathe, but you just focus on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, stop the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arched maybe, or straight. Just depends on the arm length. You know, if you're like this, you might be like arching just a little bit, or it depends. Just find a spot where you're accepting yourself, accepting where you are. Now we're going to go into the high lunge. Toes curl under, knee goes up. Just go there for a second. Just transition into the downward dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, and you're pushing into it. And you're pushing right to that spot where you feel like you shouldn't go anymore. And now you can slide into the upward dog. Go down to the knees and just slide up. Modify it how you have to. If you remember, small cobra, if you need to do the small cobra. So palms are here, you're not pushing up. You're using the back muscles to pull yourself up. Just focus on the breathing. Go back to downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, And you're pushing a little bit more than you were before, but you're not going past what you can do, or what you can do. Now, left foot goes up between the hands. Low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward. Back is arched maybe, or straight. Palms are to the floor. See, before I could only do this. Now I'm down here. Acceptance, man. So you just accept where you are, and you loosen up, loosen up, loosen up, and then it happens. You go into the pose a little bit more, and then more. And if not, you might tighten up more, you might go out of the pose. It's okay too. So curl the toes under, high lunge, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second or two. Then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, let yourself breathe, focusing on the breathing. And palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, turn the palms out, staring down and out, exhale. Then we're going to go to mountain pose. So with the mountain pose, remember, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, no tension in the arms. The arms are just hanging, no tension in the shoulders or the neck. And just finding that spot where the skeleton is just standing. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And here you're just watching yourself breathe. You're not controlling it. You're letting go of the mindset of control. Letting go of the mindset of trying to be somewhere. So just watch yourself breathe. You're already breathing automatically. So you're just watching it. Now to watch it, you pay attention to the belly. As you inhale, the belly swells with air just slightly. And when you exhale, the belly goes in. Or you bring your focus to the tip of your nose. Just watch the air go in and out of the nose. Again, you're just watching it. You're not controlling it. Letting go of the mindset of control. Just watch, breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. And that's it. So that's two sun salutations. The first one, we did variations to loosen up a lot. And then we just did a basic sun salutation for the second one, and then a mountain pose. And if you were hanging out, then you saw all that. So I didn't have to explain it, man. You didn't have to explain it. So this is the update. So if you don't want to watch it, you can click out. Nobody's watching the video probably anyway. Only have 57 subscribers. But after this video, I'm going to test my cell phone camera. It's a better camera than I have right now, believe it or not. And see the angle. See if the angle helps with the other routines that I'm trying to do, which I did one, but the angle was terrible. It made me look not right. It didn't look right. The legs were too long. No, my legs were too short. The torso was too, I was like, I don't know. So I look like this guy. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. I love that guy. So I'm going to test this cell phone. And the cell phone, if it works and it doesn't do the weird angle, I'm going to have to start using my cell phone. So how do I start using my cell phone? First one is that I need to get 1,000 subscribers to use YouTube Live through a cell phone. That's what YouTube said. I tried it, didn't work. Said I need 1,000 subscribers. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm aware of that. But they do have programs where you can run the cell phone as a webcam. So I'm looking to try to do that. And then I'm going to paint again because the paint needs a second coat. Believe it or not, you look at the first video, the paint is terrible. It was just white wall. And my kids, I got kids, I don't know what they did. They didn't draw it. It just must have walked by and scraped it. I could have done that too. And then I'm going to get carpet. No, camera with cell phone, fix all that. Paint, or maybe paint cell phone. No, cell phone, paint, Bluetooth mic, a better mic. I'm aware. I watch these videos sometimes after I do them. I know my mic is terrible. Need to get that fixed. Carpet. Then I can move into getting pictures and other things like that. So it's all coming along. It's a process. And I tell you what, now when I watch YouTube videos, I have a different respect for what's going on behind the camera because the lighting, it takes work. So, and that's what I'm sharing the progress of the yoga studio. And I hope it helps someone else to go out and say, you know what, I can do that. That guy that doesn't know anything, that's me, can do it, I can do it. And believe me, you can do it. So I'm just by myself, knocking it out. I get help. You know, I got a family member that can help me. So anyways, so nice day, peace and love. See you tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time.